Welcome to the NBA 2K26 Summer League. Only 3 days left of NBA basketball in Las Vegas. The semifinals tomorrow, the championship game Sunday night. But today at the Pavilion, many of the non-playoff teams play their final game in the desert, including the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. Mairon Gardner from Miami.
Yeah, Mairon Gardner was a member of the Osceola Magic who fell short of winning a G League championship this year, but he did get noticed by Pat Riley and the brass of the Miami Heat. He is a Heat culture type of player, hard-nosed defender, athletic, that can make plays at the rim, also showing off his shooting touch, but gets after it defensively. Yeah, Final Four at FAU, along with a couple of guys that are here in Summer League. One of them being Elijah Martin, who was a national champion in their win on Monday over Boston.
Goldin looking to drive baseline, spins on Mude, kicks it out to Butler. Goldin with the push shot, drops it through. 10 tournament this past season for the Wolverines. A steal by Goldin on the errant pass from Noel. And Gardner fouled on the drive after getting the pick. Gardner came out of Little Rock in 2023, was undrafted.
Get Osceola a win on their home floor.
Rebound by Goldin. Miami lost in the first round for the second straight year. A couple months ago, after making the finals 2 years ago. You guys were talking about this last night. That there has been a player that's fouled out.
There have been a couple. We know Thon Maker, I believe, was the first to do so.
Here's the projected depth chart for the 2025-26 NBA season for the Miami Heat. And given the injuries for the Pacers and the Celtics and some of the other changes with the teams that were at the top of the Eastern Conference last year, how do you see the Heat fitting in?
Well, I think the Heat can get right back into at least the top 4 in the East.
No relation, as John Butler gets the rebound on the defensive end. Gardner can't finish, but the tip in from Lewis.
You don't often see the point guard jumping in there getting offensive rebounds, but that time Kyra Lewis
hasn't worked out quite yet in the NBA, but the great athlete. Now in his 5th season out of Alabama. Basket by Goldin. 6-0 Miami run.
2 years ago, and both of them, of course, losses to the Indiana Pacers, which has become a rivalry for the Bucks as of now. So the Miles Turner signing meaning even more.
3 way off from Markovic.
And I believe they also re-signed Kevin Porter Jr. So when you look at that, now you've got another playmaker.
See this past year. Milwaukee back up a point, inside a minute to go in the opening quarter. Cooke a little out of control. Stevenson nails the corner 3.
Stevenson continues his hot shooting here in Vegas.
Edwards tried to tip in his own miss, could not. Logo 3, Stevenson.
Yeah.
His second straight hit.
Feeling good about it right now. Because when you transfer, each and every time you're going to lose credits. Most academic institutions aren't going to take elective credits from another school. So oftentimes, these guys who are continuing to move don't graduate. So now you have a generation of student athletes that don't have a college degree. I am all for NIL. I believe that NIL is long overdue for that. I am not a huge fan of this transfer portal. Cooke to be able to get over the top, forcing him into a tough shot.
Mude lost his footing, and the ball, turnover. Clark in transition. Oh, the reverse dunk. He was trying to keep the ball away from Cormac Ryan, and in one fluid motion, threw it down. Midway point of quarter number 2 here in Las Vegas. Gardner. Nice tip in by Ballo. Knicks, Wizards, Rockets, Wolves. And a nice defensive play by Settle. And Steve Settle with the slam on the other end.
We already saw the highlight finish from Cooke. And now Settle coming up with the steal, throwing it down on the other end to give the Heat a 2-point lead. Malik Williams, a rarity, spent 5 years at Louisville. No transfer for him.
Cooke again showing off.
He was able to connect with so many of his guards this year.
Stevenson, we talked about doing something besides shooting to try to impress the coaches and the personnel folks with the Heat. There you go. And Gafford getting the extension. Derek Lively as well. Both those guys fit that category that you were talking about of the things they do to fit in. Another three by Stevenson, his fourth.
When Frank Vogel won a championship with the Lakers in 2020, Anthony Davis was an elite three-point shooter at the time. He struggled at times since, but then he was more than capable, and I believe that's what they're trying to bring back to Dallas because they didn't play enough games. They probably could have had 4 to 5 on the all-defensive team.
Another turnover by Milwaukee and a layup on the other end. Stevenson with a nice pass and Javonte Cooke with the basket. 4-second difference in the game in shot clocks. Ryan on the pump fake, lets it fly, blocked. Plenty of time for Miami. 4 on 3, 8 seconds to go. Spot up three, Lewis. It's good. Miami retakes the lead with 5.8 left. And then a foul called on Lewis trying to get the steal.
So I don't think there was great time management on either side.